In the 20th century alone, there was an estimated 300 to 500 million people who died from smallpox.
People could feel well one day, and the next day they would have a fever, they would have a headache, and by the third day they would have a rash. And this rash would turn into pustules full of blood and pus on their eyelids, inside their ears, on their genitals. And when they would break, they would leave a stench. These people were miserable. They didn't want to move.
Smallpox was a scourge to humanity. Bringing an end to that disease brought a change in the view of the world that we could do things to solve disease problems that had never been done before. And it has since thereafter changed the face of the earth in the movement we call global health.
In this Becoming Better Ancestors series, we are learning 9 key lessons from the experience of the public health leaders who helped to eradicate smallpox, the only human disease ever wiped off the face of our planet. These are 9 lessons for changing the world.
Certainly, smallpox eradication under the leadership and coordination of WHO has been one of the greatest public health successes in history.
The success of smallpox eradication allowed people to dream big and to take on challenges that they would have never thought possible before.
I think that these 9 principles provide a really good, solid ground from which to start to tackle not just the global health problems, but problems of every sort.
The lessons learned from the extraordinary efforts to eradicate smallpox have never been more relevant as countries struggle to control the COVID-19 pandemic. These lessons can empower us to become better ancestors, to leave the world better than we found it.
Bill, you've said this so many times, where there is disease in one place of the world, the rest of the world is not safe.
The World Health Organization estimates there are 2 billion people in the world that do not have access to life-saving medicines.
So one of the things we learn in public health is that most of the time, the issue is not lack of knowledge, it's actually poverty.
One of the challenges, of course, is vaccines don't save anybody, vaccinations do.
The core value of public health is social justice. If we are not advancing social justice, if we are not attending to equity, then we cannot build the coalitions we need in order to take on the great problems of our time.
I believe there are some core elements that were valid in the smallpox eradication strategies that are valid today, even for this pandemic. We just have to adapt them to the context in which we are working today.
We need experts to teach us and to let us push back on questions and say, no, we didn't know that, we weren't sure of that.
And turning towards those threats, finding a way that your special gift can be brought to bear to help solve them.
The human race stands upon a precipice. The threats to our survival multiply every day as our tiny planet hurls through a vast, unknown universe. The time is now. The time for you is now. We need more of us focused on creating positive change if our species has any hope of survival. I'm calling on you to find your inspiration to take on some of our next big challenges.